We talked about significant figures in the last video. So if a measurement is given to you, how do you know what are significant figures? So if you measure, you know how to report it according to the right significant figures, and that we have learned in the last video. So if a measurement is given to you, how do you know how many significant figures are there? So there are some rules for that. All non-zero digits are significant. So if you had 1.0835, for example, all non-zero digits, so all these are significant. Okay, now zeros, in some cases they are significant, in some cases they are not significant. Interior zeros are significant, as in zeros between two non-zero digits. So this zero is in between two non-zero digits, right? So this is significant. Okay, so this zero is significant. Now leading zeros are not significant. Okay, what are leading zeros? Leading zeros are the zeros that are left to the first non-zero digits. For example, you could write 65, for example. But if you write a number as 065 or 068 or something, anything that comes before the first non-zero digit is not significant. Also in this case 0.008, for example, right? These zeros are not significant because they come just before the first non-zero digit. Now trailing zeros are categorized. Trailing zeros are the zeros that come after, right? Leading zeros come before, trailing zeros come later. Trailing zeros after a decimal point are always significant. What does that mean? Say you had a number like this, 85.00, right? So trailing zeros after a decimal point, these zeros follow the decimal point, so they are significant. Trailing zeros before a decimal point are significant. Okay, before a decimal point and after a non-zero number. What does that mean? Say 625.0.00. So this 0 is before the decimal, these zeros are after decimal. They are also significant. Trailing zeros before an implied decimal point are ambiguous and should be avoided by using scientific notation. For example, if you wanted to write 6250, what this person who gave the measurement probably implies 6250.0, but the word probably is very important here. We don't know if he actually implied the decimal. So this can get ambiguous. So this should be avoided. Okay. And then decimal points placed after one or more trailing zeros if the zeros are to be significant. If you want to consider 6250, if you want this zero to be considered significant, then this should be placed like this. Okay, so guys, all non-zero digits significant. Zeros sometimes are significant, sometimes are not significant. If they are in between, so I'm just going to write examples. So 128052.0, this is significant. This is also significant. If it is 128052.0, this and this are significant. But if it's 0.00128, not significant. 8250, not significant. Moreover, it is ambiguous. So we'll work on problems about this issue as well.